Hi, it's Emma and Carrie from the Wellbeing Centre for Learning.
Hi, so this is our Creating a Successful Life series. We are now on episode 6. It's our final episode. And this episode is all about the transformation of positive affirmations. Now, that's a little bit of a mouthful. I knew I'd trip up as soon as I tried to say it. But it really is the power that positive affirmations can release. Now, a positive affirmation is a positive statement that you say about yourself, and you repeat it to yourself. So just to give you a little bit of clarity of what we mean by positive affirmations. Now, in episode 3, we talked about negative chatter, negative inner voice, you know, all those subconscious messages that you're giving to yourself and you're saying to yourself that we've told you that you need to kind of be mindful of. And also, we did a tough love, power to empowerment episode as well, where it was a bit tough because we got you to kind of really come face to face with yourself in the mirror. And we're going to do the same technique today with positive affirmations, but it's slightly different. So what we want you to do is kind of look in a mirror, and we want to take some of the distortions that you may hold about yourself away. So it really is about reprogramming your inner voice and the messages that you're giving to yourself. Now I'm going to pass you over to Emma, who's going to sort of talk you a little bit more through positive affirmations as well. So, hi.
I think, yeah, I mean, you know me, Carrie, I mean, this is another passion of mine, just like setting smart goals.
Yeah.
I also think they're actually intrinsically linked as well. So just to touch on back what we talked about in the previous episode, which was episode 5, with the smart goal setting, I would also link writing affirmations for your goals as well, and putting them into the positive. So with an affirmation, it is all about altering your subconscious mind into that thought and belief around that positive element. The affirmations have been widely used. Other people might know them or have used them as mantras. Often mantras are used through meditation and that meditative state, and it can be short phrases or words that resonate with you positively, that you repeat yourself. Now, affirmations is something that I use everywhere, and including what we said previously in episode 5, on the vision boards, I also state my affirmations as well on there. So I have a mixture of pictures in terms of what resonates, in terms of what's about my vision board, my goals on there, but I also have my affirmations on there. So normally I'll have a mix of pictures and words on my vision boards. Now, affirmations for me, there's a lady who is no longer with us anymore, but just a superb teacher, Louise Hay, introduced me to affirmations, I'd say probably 15, 16 years ago now. And she is one of the queens of affirmations. So what you do is, when you're looking at trying to say things in the positive, we're very good at doing things in the negative, and not sometimes so good about being positive about ourselves. So things like, sometimes you'll hear people saying that, oh, I hate my body, or I hate a certain part of my body, or something like that. And what it becomes is about, I love and appreciate my body, or I love and appreciate my hair, or I love and appreciate my arms or legs. I think sometimes what we do forget, and I think this part of it is society as well, is that we can be very, 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 very critical of ourselves.
Well, you can focus in to people focusing, so they tend to get a mirror, don't they? If we're looking at sort of physicality, and they tend to focus in on the one little part of their body that they're not quite happy with and find fault, and they miss the whole rest of the body. It actually is doing a really good job for them. So
what it does for us unconditionally for us, I mean, our heart beats continually for us every second of every day. It pumps the blood around our body to allow us to breathe and to survive. And our lungs pump the oxygen around to enable for the blood to work as well for our organs. So actually, if you take it around our body, actually without what naturally occurs in our body, we wouldn't be living. And yet, you're absolutely right. We pick up on the minutest detail of what's not working rather than actually the good things that are generally working. And I think that's also the same in what we do in life, and even in work and in what people say to us. We can take very much to heart some things like nobody loves us, and therefore then it's changing that to where I radiate love, and love fills my life. And by saying these positive affirmations and writing them down, if that's also how it embeds into you, your subconscious mind then takes this on board and starts to alter its thought process around actually how you respond to nobody loves me. All of a sudden it doesn't believe that anymore, thinks that's ridiculous, and that because you are a loving person and that you do radiate love, and the people that you interact with radiate love, then your actual mind is not believing that anymore. So it starts to positively work. And I think in everything that we've said in this series, this probably is also a great endpoint to pull together everything that we've done. So it links through to every part. So whether we first spoke about the mindset, we talked about tough love, we talked about the SMART goals, and then if you pull all of this together, it changes every single part of that, but actually supports us as individuals to make those changes and those positive changes. And I carry these around with me all over. They can be short-term affirmations, they can be long-term affirmations, they can be life goals, they can be just something that you want to feel different. You know, that I do love and radiate love every day. That's a fairly nice feeling to have every day. And also one of the other teachers that I've worked with in the past, and they also do it slightly differently again, where they have these affirmations that they work with, and they work with mirror work, and they will say that in the mirror. So first thing in the morning, at night, they will then look and relook at their day and rerun that day, talking to themselves positively in the mirror, and alter and adapt that day where the areas where they felt maybe didn't quite run to plan, or they feel a bit negative about, and they rerun it, talk it into the positive. So again, your subconscious mind then walks away, literally as you're walking away with it, these positive beliefs around what you're doing. And instrumentally, and day by day and year by year, as you're doing that, your actual mindset changes to a positive mindset, and you end up not carrying baggage around. You carry around with you.
If you look at it as well, is, you know, we can get absorbed in negativity, can't we? So if we've had something in our day that's not gone to plan, or we feel challenged on, we come home, we can feel angry, we can feel upset, and we can really wallow in that feeling, and again miss the rest of the other 23 hours of the day, where we've had positive conversations or positive feedback. So it really is sort of compacting that down, and actually not just concentrating on the negative element, because if you concentrate on the negative element and you go to sleep on it, you wake up and your reactions are going to be different the next day. So say if you've had a hard day at work, come home, you're angry, you've got yourself really wound up about it. When you go to work the next day, you're going to have that attitude. Your attitude's not going to be in the best form. So then people are going to be reacting to you, and it's going to sort of be a bit of it's going to propel itself. So you're actually going to make, you know, your situation even worse. However, if you do what Ems is saying, and that's sort of rerun that day in the mirror, and you're looking at the positive aspects, and you go to sleep and you're feeling a lot more relaxed about it, you're concentrating on the positives, you're going to go into work the next day really positive, and it's going to be a totally different day. It's going to you're going to shape that day so differently just by having those positive affirmations, just on the practical sense, and it's going to be an immediate change to what would have happened. It's a bit like sliding doors, isn't it, Emma, in the fact that you can choose your mindset, you can choose the way you react, you have power over how you want to act and therefore the outcomes.
I think one of the simplest affirmations that I ever learned, that I still use today, and if there's something that is going on in my head and I think, oh God, I need to get rid of that because it's either doing my head in or I just, you know, it's a negative thought to me. I love and appreciate myself is one of the just simplest affirmations to say, because sometimes you can just get annoyed with yourself. It doesn't have to be somebody else to say it. But it's also like, you know, you see things around like I hate Mondays and things like that, which I know sometimes can be one of those things that we can self-propel and self-tell ourselves that actually then we end up believing that we hate Mondays. But Monday is as good a day as any other day of the week. It's just that sometimes you can put a negative connotation and spin on it. But actually, if you created, you even used to get, can you remember we used to be able to get car bumpers and things like that, stickers on them, couldn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen them. Yeah, absolutely.
Recently, but you did used to get them, didn't you?
Yeah, good. I hate Mondays on them, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So, but again, it comes back to subconsciously changing the way that you think and feel around that particular day.
And
it's, Friday, do
I suppose it's basic psychology, isn't it, as well, about changing that mindset. So they're really exciting, and they're one of the most powerful tools that you can actually use. So I suppose what we're going to send you away with on this episode, our final episode, is we want you to take a look in that mirror again. We want you to look at all the good points about yourself, everything sort of physically and mentally, and about what you achieve. We also want you to write some affirmations around sort of what you're setting as your goals as well. So we want to hear that you believe in yourself, that you are loved, you are going to create success in your life. So write yourself some affirmations and say them repeatedly to yourself, and just see what change happens in a few weeks. I think you'll be surprised.
If you're doing something new and you're not sure where you're going and you're thinking you can't do it, and even just saying things like, I'm discovering new talents I did not know I had, as a positive affirmation. But we've also recently, on our blog, on the wellbeingcenterforlearning.com, on the blog, we've done, there's actually a number of affirmations on the recent blog for mantras, and just giving a bit of background around affirmations and mantras. But there's ones there, so if you even get stuck in helping, to create your initial affirmations, then you can refer to that. But otherwise, we're here and we'll gladly help in any way we can to help you.
Positive affirmations.
Yeah, big love. It's like big love. Big love to
big hugs. So thank you for joining us on this series of creating a successful life. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. If you'd like any further information, or you would like to speak to us about coaching, please get in touch with us, and we look forward to talking to you. But for now, bye and take care. Bye.
Bye.